Must have bad mold. That's annoying. Appreciate the light. I don't know if we could just get some people to talk in here. That'd be pretty awesome. If you don't, don't really know what to throw at them anymore. Dead stick to fluke on them. I drug a bug on them. Ran a drop shot. He just won't eat. I got one bite dragging a bug. That's it, one bite. And he didn't even have it for very long. Picked it up, spat it out, a couple seconds. I'm assuming he felt the weight, like most of them do. It's not gonna work. It's just too small for that hook. If I had some smaller hooks, it'd probably work a little bit better. It does look cool though. It's just too small for this little hook. I think this is the best bet for a drop shot. That hook's dull. No wonder I'm missing every bite I get. This hook is dull as hell. Interesting. I'm gonna have to lay the hammer on a fish. Appreciate the other like. Just wish some people would talk, so I don't look like a crazy person talking to myself. Nice of you to stop by and say hi. Been a while since I've really done a stream like this. I'm using a drop shot, and I was dragging a bug, but took the Texas rig apart, and I wanted to dead stick a fluke, but I got a bad batch of flukes and they're all messed up. So, got a little drop shot here. Not a bite. Very slow. One bite all evening, and I missed the fish. He spit it out before I could get the hook in. That was a fish. These hooks are very, very dull. Wish I had some sharper ones. Wish I would have known this one was so dull. I should have checked it. I really should have checked it. Googan products, man. The more and more I go using them, the more and more I regret ever liking the brand so much. I do use a rooster tail, but mainly in the summer months. And when I'm fishing for trout, I use them. Except I don't use a rooster tail, I use a, what's called a Panther Martin. I think they just feel a little bit more quality built, and they look a little bit better in the water. A little bit more erratic, kind of what fish like. Might actually be what I should be fishing right now is a Panther Martin. But yeah, in the summer, I use rooster tails a lot. For smaller fish that I don't really want to eat. I have some great big ones, like 1/4 ounce, 3/8 ounces, some big ones that I use for bass yeah, I mean, they're great, but the only thing I don't like about rooster tails is they're so mass produced. There's so many faults with them that I'd just rather use a Panther Martin. But right now, a rooster tail would be too fast for them. They're sitting down in this grass and they aren't really eating at all. I mean, and the bites I do are very subtle. You don't feel them until it's too late. And it's not even a lack of sensitivity. They kind of feel like a wet sock when they grab it. Very seldomly do I use live bait anymore, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care for live bait and I don't care for fishing that way. It's just not what I like to do. I don't find it very fun or very sporting, at least for bass. I mean, if you're chasing like a catfish, that's a different story. I mean, live bait for catfish, I don't care. But for bass, I just artificial only. I'm fishing pretty much at my house. I live in Oklahoma, northwestern area. It's about to get cold again, but I'm trying to enjoy these warm days while I still have them, because they're about to be over. About to start getting back down in the 40s and 50s. And we got a chance of snow one night. I'm hoping it doesn't get too cold, because it'd really suck if we made all this progress on all this warm days, warming up this water, and then all of a sudden it's cold again. Sun came out nice and bright. I'm going to bluegill right next to it, sitting on the surface. It's about as full as it likes to sit happily, but in the spring, if we get a bunch of big rains, or throughout the summer, if we get a bunch of big rains, it'll get an extra 4 or 5 foot of depth to it. So, I mean, it gets pretty full, but right now it's sitting about where it sits normally. Yeah. It's always fun to fish when it gets full like that, because it gets all the way up into these trees around the bank, and there's just a lot more structure that you can flip and pitch on, and it's fun to fish this pond when it gets full like that, but it doesn't do it very often. I wish it'd get more full more often and stay full. I wish it'd stay full like that, but it just never does. There's bass, channel catfish. Somehow bullheads got in here, and I gotta get them all out. But I've caught a few bullheads out of here, and I don't like that they're in here, because they'll tear up your ponds. There's green sunfish. I did release one white crappie in here. I think it got eaten. And there's, your bluegill and your fathead shiners, common shiners. So, I mean, there's a little bit of diversity. There's crayfish in here. I've caught lots of crawfish in here. It's usually what I catch them on is a cross style bait, especially this time of year. Either a cross style bait or something that kind of replicates a minnow like that. Probably should have charged my phone a little bit better before I brought it out here. That'll help me clear out all the tabs. 5-pound catfish. That's about the size of the ones in here. They're all about 5 or more. There's probably some that are in the 7 to 8 pound range, but majority are probably around 5 pounds. I'd have to catch one, but they don't really eat this time of year, and they definitely won't eat a drop shot this time of year. We have a lake not too far from here that my buddy caught a 20-pound channel cat out of, and then there's another one that's the opposite direction that way that another buddy, he caught a 36-inch walleye on a piece of cut bait fishing for catfish. And they claim, I don't know how much I believe it, but they claim that there's catfish the size of cars in there, in that lake, but I just don't really believe it. Because you'd be able to pick them up on a graph, and nobody's ever said anything about picking them up on a graph. For as many as people that take boats on that little mud hole. Yeah, I mean, there's always that one guy. Oh, I saw a catfish the size of a bus in the bottom of that lake. I don't believe it. This is the other thing we were throwing a second ago. We didn't throw it for very long before we got tired of it. And then we're dragging these little bugs around. What's up, Daniel? I'm all right. Well, I say bug, it's a craw. I mean, it's not actually a bug. It's just like a river bug. But, you know, it's not necessarily an actual, like, a bug. I call them a bug because, you know, a river bug, mud bug. It's a crawfish. Goose egg, 0. Very slow. Water temperature probably mid-low 40s, maybe upper 40s. I did see a turtle, so that would suggest that there's a little bit of... You know, I saw these in Walmart today, and I figured I'd give them a shot. I don't know much about big bite baits. I haven't really associated myself with them, but Fletcher Shyrock seems to like them, so... But the nearest Bass Pro Shop to me is about 3 hours that way to the east. So most of my stuff I get online, or, you know, when I do seldomly go to somewhere like Bass Pro. That must be nice. I'd like to be able to just go to Bass Pro whenever. I need a couple packs of baits, go to Bass Pro, go get, you know, some actual good ones, have some variety. Other than the same Rage Craw, Bandito Bug, Kraken Craw, Rage Bug, and whatever the hell these are. 4-inch FAFO, F-A-F-O. Watermelon, California 420. That must be nice. I like Shields more than Bass Pro though. I think Shields it blows Bass Pro out of the water. I honestly think it does. I don't think anything really competes with Shields. The rod selection, the reel selection, especially the reel selection. Although I did see a Pro TI the last time I was in Shields, which I got the Elite TI. All right, now I'm jealous. Now I really am jealous. I got this rod from Shields last time I went for 120 bucks. This rod retails for $320, and I paid 120 for it. I was talking to the guy that runs the fishing department. This one, the Shields Outfitters. Yeah, I mean, I'm not familiar with Shields Outfitters, but getting a $300 rod for 100 bucks, I mean, that's some crazy deals right there. Because I was looking at it because I've been wanting a drop shot rod. You know, and this is a great drop shot rod. It's about all I throw on is drop shots and Ed rigs. I'll probably throw wacky rigs on it this summer, but because I'm going to sell all my Guggen rods. But are you talking about the reel or the rod? The reel or the rod? Because the reel's also good. It's for a $100 reel. It's a really good reel. I mean, I've had it for 2 years now, and it's, well, depending on your rod specs, I'd recommend one of these if you want a good reel for 100 bucks. Just because I know I don't have a good spinning reel because I'd never used spinning rods, but I got this one for, you know, $200 off. So I figured I'd just put this one on it, and I mean, it's a great reel, and it looks good on the rod. I thought the 2500 was going to be a little big for it. I honestly thought the 2500 would be big for the rod, but it really isn't at all. That, and most people usually like a little bit bigger of a spinning reel on their rods. I usually prefer a smaller reel to rod ratio on my spinning rods. I like a smaller reel, more compact. But this, honestly, for a 2500 is very compact. Like, compared to my other 2500 size reels, it's tiny. Well, that's cool, Lauren. This one I did not get for very cheap at all. This is a very expensive rod. And I'm almost scared to use it because this reel's got some little scratches on it that I don't like. And it gets fingerprints all over it really easily, which I wish it didn't do. I don't understand why they gotta have this shiny titanium coating that's thin as paper for you to scratch. Because it is so easy to scratch. It's like a car. You can scratch it by looking at it. This one, the Elite TI, this is 500. The reel itself is 500. The rod was 400. So, I mean, it's a $900. But I'm starting to push more towards Lew's and Dobyns. I'm a big Dobyns guy nowadays. The only thing I don't like about about Dobyns is the rod ratings. If you want a heavy, you really need to get a Magnum heavy. He got an Elite TI as his first bait caster. Really? I don't know if I really buy that one, Lauren. I don't see that. I don't see how anybody in their right mind would drop half a grand on a reel that they don't even know how to use. So my first bait caster was like a $50 lose. I have a couple. I don't have as many as I used to after this last summer, but I have a couple. This one, the Elite TI, this is the highest one they make. This is their flagship reel and their flagship rod. Yeah, that's the most expensive Lew's reel that Lew's makes. And honestly, I love the reel, but I don't like how easy it is to get my fingerprints all over it and how hard they are to get off. And I don't like how easy it scratches because it's got a bunch of little tiny, I mean, you really have to look at it, but I mean, you can see all those little white specks. That's where the coating is chipped and scratched. But yeah, that's the highest end that they make. The second highest is the Pro TI. And they make an old gen Pro TI. I don't know how good it is. It might be junk, it might be good, but a lot of people think that this Elite TI really isn't worth the 500. And I agree and disagree with that claim. Because while it has its low quality features, it's also the lightest bait casting reel with an aluminum frame I've ever held. It gets cold when the temperatures start dropping. It gets cold in the hands and a little miserable to use. But I mean, other than that, I don't really have any complaints. It does have a bearing click whenever I'm fighting a fish with it, which is kind of annoying. But other than that, I mean, it doesn't really have any issues, so to speak. Just that bearing click. That bearing click gets really annoying really fast. If you go back into some of my older shorts from this summer, when I catch fish with it, you'll hear the bearing click. It's also not as quiet as I thought it would be. It's quiet when it casts. It doesn't make any noise when it casts, but just reeling, it makes those crunch sounds, and it shouldn't be making those because it's brand new. Kinda. I have been using it for a little while now. But I've oiled it, and I've kept it wet. It's not dry on the inside. I have not fished saltwater. Not one time have I fished saltwater. I'd really like to sometime to fish saltwater. You know, go to the Northeast and go catch striper in the Cape. That'd be pretty cool. But other than that, no, I have not fished any saltwater bodies of water. That'd be cool though. Go to the Cape Cod Canal. Go catch, 30-pound stripers. Come in, enjoy some crabs. If you like crabs, I mean, I don't really like crabs, but I'd eat them just for the experience. Water's cold. Like, hurt my hands cold. No, it is not new at all. It is very old. It has been on this pond for 5 or 6 years. And it's just a way to get off the bank. I mean, it's not nice at all. It barely turns, but I just use it to get off the bank, really. Sit down. But yeah, this boat's probably older than I am. Like, significantly older than I am. Probably double my age. In fact, there's pictures of my stepfather on it when he was younger than me. I mean, it is very old. And it still floats. No cracks. There's a bullet hole in it. There's a couple. From what I want to say is a 22. But there are bullet holes in it. But yeah, this thing is not new. Not even remotely new. I cannot shoot a gun very well right now because of my surgery that I got. I can fish fine, but shooting a gun, not too good. I hunt coyotes a lot. If I have an opportunity to go, I'll go sit up on a ridge and watch for them because we have a lot around my house. I hunt deer every few years or so because we don't really have much to shoot here because the neighbors kill everything. And I quail and dove hunt a lot. I'm a big quail guy. I like quail hunting. No, I've never been duck hunting. Never shot an elk, never shot a moose, never shot a bear. Dove hunting is fun. It's really easy and you can enjoy it pretty well. So yeah, I really like dove hunting. Probably gonna get this cast in and we're gonna call it quits. Phone's at 2%. It might die before I even get it in. Especially if I catch a fish. Yeah, that's normally what I target is bass. In the warmer months, I can catch just about anything out of it, but bass is about the only thing I can catch out of here this time of year. Occasionally a bluegill, if I can piss one off enough. All right, phone's at 2%. Yeah, I mean, this pond's not very big, and it's chock full of bluegill whenever, and they bite a lot when it gets warm, but right now they're not very hungry at all. They're not very active in the winter months in here, which is crazy because I can see them everywhere. Have a good one, Daniel.